fair warning, as a movie buff, I am an avid movie buff. I like to watch some movies from the 60s and 50s and even some silent films. There's one particular movie which I do like. I like it a lot. That is referenced at least twice within this reaction. I get a little animated, just FYI. So, that being said, if you already knew where I was going with this, here's the episode. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our blind reaction, and today is episode number 7, and at the time of recording this video, my episode number 6 is still under review for submission, and unfortunately, it's been taking forever. It is now Saturday, and it is now a week late, so I re-uploaded my reaction, I resubmitted the claim, I hope they'll actually get to it soon, but I don't have a crystal ball to tell what the future will bring, so I'm just waiting. I am incredibly caffeinated this morning with some iced vanilla coffee. I don't know what the hell it is. All I know is I am alert and ready for whatever this episode shall bring. Terribly sorry, excuse me. Anyway, this is episode number 7 of MLP, and 3, 2, 1, let's start.
See? New posters! We never had
Student
buildings
episode?
underwater? Let me check that out.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer. We're bringing one of Ponyville's oldest traditions to our school. The
Tradition!
The what?
It's a pony dance party. They're the best.
Oh,
You don't need to do that, Ocellus.
that's cool.
This year, the event's at school and open to every creature. We're calling our dance the Amity Ball.
Even better.
Amity Ball.
You wanna not know Amity Ball dance?
This is basically like a student prom.
Go like this. Ball dance like that?
It's like a Super Mario Brothers womp
Not
thing that
exactly.
just
It
smashes
isn't just
down.
one dance. It's a whole night of them. Plus, an awesome party.
And we'll have all the old Fetlock Fet traditions. The Pony Pal contest, the
Is
Lucky
there a thing
Pot
going
dinner.
on here?
You'll love it. So like this says, get your Pony Pal and come along.
Are there ships
Wanna go?
sailing?
I got nothing better to do.
You had me at dinner.
But
Now, who wants to help me
Gallus,
make more
it's
posters?
Double Stream. Prove that ship. Hopefully that's what they go with. Where they go with that. But is this a Yona
Yona.
episode?
Wanna be my pony pal? We can enter the contest together.
But Yona yak. Yona not pony.
So?
Pony, more pony.
Oh, that's just a poster. Come on, it'll be tons of fun together. Promise.
Okay, Yona go with Sambar.
Oh, great. I'll get the tickets. See you later.
I'm not saying anything.
Yona not let Sambar down. Yak best at being pony pal.
But I have several things to say.
If she not pony.
I will wait.
Oh, terribly sorry, Yona. All these dresses I'm sewing for the dance have me completely
I don't know how to feel about this.
Dress?
We got some inter
Dress for dance?
interspangle. Wow, interspecies mingling. Is that okay? Okay, I have the intro. I can blab. Okay, so is this like a Sambar and Yona thing, where like Yona like wants to fit in and like wants to go out on a date or something with Sambar, because Sambar is like, you know, throwing the moves on Yona? I don't know how to feel about this. I have no idea what the hell. Yeah, I'll have to see where this goes. But it seems like Rarity might be involved with this. I have no freaking clue. And by the way, sorry about the noise in the background. Hopefully it isn't actually picking up, but yeah, I'm not gonna stop this print. This will be interesting.
Yona interrupting?
Oh, well, not interrupting exactly. More like blocking the flow. Stopping me from what I'm doing. So, yes, interrupting.
Those faces are great.
What can I do for you, Yona?
Oh my god.
Yona not know Yak needs special pony dress for dance. Yona no can wear what Yona always wear?
Oh my
Yona
god.
could. I mean, you could. But the Fetlock Fet, or whatever Twilight is calling it, it's all about a tradition. There's a certain way to do everything at the dance.
Yes! That what Yona want to learn! How to do all the pony things. Even
All the
if Yona
things.
has to wear dress.
Do all the things.
Yes, if that's what you really want.
Yona be best pony pal for Sambar.
In that case, at an elegant affair like a pony dance, one
I'm sorry,
must converse
I'm
in a
gonna be-
sophisticated fashion.
This entire episode,
Talking
I
with
don't-
Brussels
I don't-
sprouts in your mouth.
Don't
helps
have-
you to learn to articulate. Take a mouthful.
Okay, sorry for doing this, but this is a My Fair Lady thing, and yes, I love that movie. I do not give a shit, okay? Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn. That's a great movie.
I offer you a glass of punch.
So, this is exactly the My Fair Lady thing.
The weather is quite agreeable today.
I am so happy right now. I can't even.
Yona like Brussels sprouts.
Let's move on.
So do I. You have to add a lot of butter,
We need to
though.
do something about your hairstyle.
It's all about the butter.
Let's find the right dress. Now, purple
The
taffeta.
rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain.
One of my favorites.
An Oxford elephant in Hampshire hurricanes hardly ever happen. I'm sorry, I'll shut up now.
Earthy, aren't they? Don't worry, we shall find something to make you stand out.
Yona not want to stand out. Yona want to fit in.
About the first part of this episode,
And by the time we're through, it'll be like you've been going to pony dances your whole life.
The more you know how things are done, the more confident you'll be. There's more to a dance than just having fun, and there's no better teacher than me.
Rarity!
Oh, Yona see.
When I'm finished with you,
You start to fit right in. Listen to me when I say, once you learn the pony way, you'll start to fit right in. No need to wait another day to be part of our smart soiree. The perfect dress, a color, all the rage, but still unique. Now loose the braids, try a style more fantastic. Here's what we'll do: a hornicure and a deep freeze. We'll dress shampoo this, whatever yak pot this is. Too curly, too blue, too retro, too new, too twilight, too furry. We'll find one, don't you worry. Choose what you wanna be and be it. Picture you to see and see it. I'm the magic guaranteed. You fit right in. My plan, my grand design. Your friends will thrill to find a new you that's too divine. Yeah, you're gonna.
Yona gonna fit right in.
Listen to me when I say, once you learn the pony way, you'll start to fit right in.
Yeah, not waste another day to be part of your pony way. Yeah, not waste another day to fit right in.
oh. Okay, that was a great
we
song,
almost
but
forgot the most important part of the ball.
Oh, Yona already have pony pal.
Oh, not that, darling. But dancing, and I know precisely who can help.
Pony Pal. Pony Pal.
Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy good at dancing? Don't be so surprised. I'm awesome at everything. Except for baking.
There are two
And several
traditional
other
dances that every
things.
pony does at the fete. After a few days of practicing with us, you'll know them both.
And fit right in.
Absolutely. We'll start with the slow dance, the pony cotillion. That's Fluttershy's specialty.
Oh,
Ray's expressions
I
are
wouldn't say
amazing.
specialty. It's just fun. Here, Yona. I made you a chart.
The expressions
All you have
in
to
this
do is
series
follow
have
these
aged
dance
like
steps.
fine
You'll learn
wine.
them in no time. Now just start walking.
Where's Vanna Scratch when you need her?
Step on whatever color I name. Let's begin. Blue, red, step ahead. Green, black, now step back. Now you try.
Blue, red, step up. No, Yona, start over.
You
Blue,
see,
red,
right now we need Dance Dance Revolution. Right now.
Good. Now,
Okay.
black, green, red, and blue. Red, black, hold 1 and 2. Red, blue, red once more. Green, black, blue, red 3 and 4.
Yona, feel She has 4 front feet.
Yona is amazing in this episode.
Maybe we should try this again later. Don't worry, Yona. That was the hard one. Mine's way easier. A little dance called the Pony Prance. The key to this one is speed. Come on, Yona, try it. Just get with the flow and let yourself go.
Get with the flow, man. There's like buckball things in there.
Whoa there.
And by the way, this is like a gymnasium thing. Yona also liked to smash. And in the context of this episode, the phrase "let me smash"
Tells us you need some help getting ready for the
is going
big
to stop.
dance.
Just going to stop.
Indeed, and we only have a few more days.
Well, you've come to the right place, because if you ask me what my favorite part of the dance is, I'd say everything about the dance. But especially this, the Fetlock Lucky Pot Dinner.
It's part of the Ponyville dance tradition. Every pony brings a dish to share, and we swap them without knowing whose is whose. Although my
Potluck
lucky
swap.
pot probably gives me away.
You can cook anything you want. But can I suggest, I don't know, maybe cupcakes?
I
Oh,
already
yeah, of
told
course,
Yona a little bit
cupcakes.
about that tradition. She's even brought her own lucky bucket.
Yak buckets are best buckets. Yona think make traditional yak dish. Tree root stew. Extra fiber. Ponies like? I'm not sure. So, just in case.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Flour, milk, sugar, butter, icing. Then we mix and we beat.
And by great, I mean this is a disaster.
And now you try it.
A disaster.
Achoo! Well, that's one way to mix it.
Let's try something.
That's a lot of flour, and
I'm sure we can do something with these.
Pinky just lost all of her color. The animators just didn't color it.
Applesauce it is.
That's great.
Blue, red, green. Blue.
Oh God. That's mad skills. Yes! I think she just did the actual thing, but was muffled. I couldn't tell.
How kind of you to ask me to tea?
Oh my God.
Blue, red, step ahead.
That's a Slippy Pony picture.
Green, black.
There's
Yona,
a
step
gif
back.
of that, something
To
similar.
ask Yona to tea. Black, green, red, and blue. Red, black, hold 1 and 2. Red, blue, red once more. Green, black, blue, red 3 and 4. Look! She's dancing!
How about that?
This is an exact mirroring of what happens in My Fair Lady, by the way. Like, there's a scene that's exactly like this, where she just starts to get it in the
May
movie.
I offer you a cup of punch?
By Celestia,
I think she's got it. She's really got it.
That's it!
You did it!
You dance great. And
That-
you're so well.
That's the exact same thing.
Be the hit of the ball.
I'm sorry.
You've mastered so many pony
I'm sorry.
ways, and
That was the exact same line.
in the past few days, you've shown a turn that has earned our praise.
And now
I'm really showing my power level in this episode, but I don't care. My Fair Lady is a great movie.
Hello, every creature!
I enjoy good film.
DJ Scales and Tail, spinning your favorite tunes all night long. So welcome to
You
the
are not
finest
Dead
event,
Mouse.
the Ebony Ball.
I know that's what you're trying to do right now, but you are not Dead Mouse. This episode has got me so worked up.
I'm just glad I'm here with you guys. At least
Yeah,
I'm not
and
the
we
only
haven't even-
non-pony in the crowd.
You're not still worried about that, are you?
We haven't
Like
even
Headmare
talked about.
Twilight said,
Sandbar
This is a
side
dance
of
for
this.
every creature. There's no pony pressure.
Smooth, bruh.
Should have told Yona that.
Well, what do you mean?
Didn't you hear? Our teachers have been helping her get ready for the dance. She's been taking lessons. She's gone full pony for the dance.
All for you.
For me?
I would say never go full pony, but in this case, I guess
Ask me to the
go full
soiree,
pony.
Sandbar.
You never go full pony.
What? You look so weird.
Yona?
Quite. Oh, I do hope I make a good pony paw for you.
Of course you do. But, Yona, you didn't need to do any of this.
And why are you talking so funny? I am not talking funny. I'm fitting in.
Could have fooled me.
Yona! You look absolutely scrumptious, darling.
Don't say that!
You made a lucky pot?
Precisely.
This is another
Ponies prepared.
Be Yourself episode thing, but I don't care.
Every creature to our school.
It's a different type of Be Yourself episode.
For those of you who've never attended a Fetlock Fete, we can't wait to show you some of
When I
our
think of
fun
Amityville, I think of
traditions
Amityville
this
horror.
special So, Spike?
Scales and tail?
Right. Scales and tail. Let's get this party started!
Let's get this
Oh,
started.
Yeah, pony ponies! It's time to raise the roof and stomp your hoof for the traditional first dance of the night, the Pony Cotillion!
Yona know this one!
You do?
Indeed! Green, black, then step back, shall we?
I already loved Yona as a character. Multiply that by 10 now. Just saying. This is very strange and yet adorable at the same time. I haven't talked a lot in this episode, but I think you would agree with me, fellow viewers, that I have emoted just a tidbit.
Are you alright?
I've emoted just a tidbit.
Never practice dance with dress on. I mean, may I offer you a cup of punch?
Time to shake things up a little! That's right, every creature! It's the Pony
When I picture, like, a drink on somebody's head, I immediately think of the Star Wars Holiday Special, and I die a little inside.
I do so love the pony prawns.
I'm sorry for even saying that sentence. And everything goes to shit.
It's okay, Yona.
Just
You could just stop moving. Stop. Everything is ruined.
What a calamitous accident!
Accident.
What happened? Are you all right? No, you're not all right. You don't want to be alone.
Well, I knew conflict was eventually going to arise. I knew this would be the eventual outcome, but
Yona sing sad song, sad Yona. Yona no blame bird. Yona no want to be around Yona either. Yona sad. Yona sing sad song.
Yona?
I don't know if this is like a reference to something. I like this castle, by the way. We can finally get some interior.
Yona.
I know you pretty well by now. I figured you'd come here. Besides, it's where I'd go if something like that happened to me.
Sambar means something awful and embarrassing. So awful, Yona cannot come down from treehouse ever. Will Sambar bring Yona food and water?
You know,
Times
it really wasn't that
my
bad. I
times
don't
it by
think any
11
creature
now.
hardly even noticed.
11. 11 times I love her. As
Maybe one or two
great.
didn't, if
Great.
they happen to be in Canterlot for the day. But anyway, it's all over now, so will you come back to the dance with me?
If the dance is completely wrecked, the entire
Yona disappoints Sambar.
place
Yona
is
not
ruined.
make very good pony.
Why would you think you disappointed me? And who said anything about having to be a good pony?
Yona just wants to do all the right pony things and fit in at dance. Then maybe Sambar and Yona win Best Pony Pals contest. Instead, Yona win Worst Pony ever.
Aw,
That's
don't
not true.
ruin
Really?
that castle.
Sambar, name 2 ponies worse than Yona.
Cozy Glow and Sombra.
Okay, Sambar right. They worse.
Yona,
Just
it doesn't
tidbit.
really matter if you're a great pony or a horrible pony. You're the best Yona I know. That's why I asked you to the dance.
Don't.
Really?
I never wanted you to be anything other than what you are. My friend, Yona, the yak.
Vincent Tong, I love you, by the way.
So,
Yeah.
what do you say? Let's go back to the dance?
Oh, God. Oh, that's not bad. There's gonna be so many gifts in this from this episode.
Don't worry, I'm with you.
All the gifts. The best gifts
all are.
ever. Sorry.
Are you alright?
We were so worried when you disappeared like that.
Yona fine, but Yona sorry. Not mean to make such a mess and ruin the pony dance.
It's not your fault, Sugar Cube.
It's the opposite. If anything, we should be apologizing.
I thought we were just teaching you how to have fun at the dance. We never meant to try to turn you into something you're not.
Yeah.
Okay, friend helped Yona feel better.
And that's why we're giving you this.
No
They actually
way!
redid
Pony
the
Pal prize!
thing.
From now on, it's the annual Amity Ball Award for Friendship.
No poniness required.
We all decided that you and
It,
Yona
it kind of does make sense. I mean,
Your actions tonight exemplified the true meaning of friendship.
they like, yeah.
Congratulations, you two.
Is that chocolate that they? Was that like the chocolate that fell in that?
I'm glad you're back. Every pony wants to
You
learn
look
that
so
crazy
ridiculous.
dance you did.
You look so ridiculous.
Yak dance is easy. Yona teach. If every creature wants to learn,
It would be an honor.
I would go outside because all of the smashing that will be happening.
Scales and Tail is gonna deliver. Every creature join Yona for the Yak-Yakistan Stomp.
It appears we have some seismic activity happening on the dance floor. That everything's gonna fall down. It's gonna be horrible. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a while, okay? Regardless, it was great. Regardless of any sort of... I will have a commentary based on this episode. In particular, I resonate with some of the feelings that Yona has as a character. Yona has now increased in my enjoyability scale. She is now my favorite out of the new students. I'm sorry, Ocellus. You're amazing too, but Yona has now exceeded you just by a tidbit. I'm just saying, okay? But I know I had an outburst earlier, but there were literally 2 scenes that I am damned sure I haven't seen My Fair Lady in a long ass time. Because it's an old like 60s. It's 60s, I think. It was Audrey Hepburn and Rex Harrison, so it was like definitely in the 60s. But anyway, that's one of like, as far as like movies, as far as how good they are, that's actually a really, really good movie, okay? I am a movie buff kind of guy. I watch a lot of old things. I watch a lot of new things. I have a wide range. I like some silent films, that type of stuff. So I like movies. So when I see a movie that I really like being not really parodied, but, you know, inspiration taken from. In this episode, I get a little crazy. Therefore, since you've already made a My Fair Lady thing with this episode, the rating of this episode has skyrocketed. This is on a different level. This is at a different level categorically of enjoyment. It's hard to like actually say which is the best episode so far this season, but this on itself it's a different type of enjoyability for me. But the underlying themes of this episode, however, I have not really tackled, but I will tackle in my discussion / review after I'm done watching this episode with other individuals. And hopefully I'll be able to get this out on time if Hasbro decides to allow me. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna wind down, so I'm gonna do a jump cut. So, this episode, yes, oh yes. How do I even start this? Well, this episode had some underlying themes that I would like to address. Basically, there's a lot of body positivity type stuff going on in this episode. Yona trying to I be somebody that she's really not, trying to emulate what the ponies do, even though, like, not actually sort of embracing who she really is. It's that type of episode. It's a fun episode, but these are type of things that we kind of hopefully already know, but done in a way that is different enough for it to be fresh, if you know what I mean. It is still a little strange for me to see this type of interspecies mingling. I guess it's okay. I have no idea. But Sambar was doing a little bit of winking and nudging. I mean, it's what he's. I should stop. I really should stop where this is going. Especially over, Yak Smash and Lemmy Smash and all of that. Yeah, I should stop. But, no, in all seriousness, apparently, like, the main six didn't really intend to actually make her, like, turning her into something she isn't. But they kind of did a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about this. They were trying to show them the customs that they had for this dance type thing, but Rarity sort of went a little overboard. Let's be honest, okay? Rarity was amazing in this episode, but I will have to agree. That dress had some issues. You all remember, like, way in the beginning of the series, like, she was using this there was this one shot with Rarity and Rainbow Dash where Rainbow Dash was wearing this absolutely horrid thing. Thankfully, the people who make this show finally realized that's kind of stupid, and did something different. Even though the thing that they did differently in this episode, it was a little strange, but I think it was still adorable. Don't get me wrong. Yona was amazing, especially at the end where she's tying herself up and, like, will you bring me food? And we got some more shots of the new toyetic castle thingamajig that they got for the students. Treehouse, I guess, is what we're calling it. It looks very Japanese to me. Anyway, I did notice in the very beginning that, I always thought that, like, the Silverstream Gallus ship was actually, pretty good. But then I noticed it was, like, Gallus asked Smolder. So maybe that ship has sunk? I don't know. I have no idea. It's just kind of interesting to me. I kind of expected Gallus and Smolder to go... no, I expected Silverstream and Gallus to go well together because of, past episodes in the previous, season. But anyway, this is just random shipping nonsense. But Rarity was nailing it, especially in the beginning. The faces that this season, this show has aged like fine wine when it comes to the facial expressions these characters have. They are so much more lively and animated, obviously animated, but no, they really are better animated as characters. The expressions that they're able to convey, sometimes they get a little weird, but weird in the right way. Not uncanny valley weird, just, weird, but in the right way. Especially, there's some shots of Rarity in this episode that are just freaking amazing. Anyway, I should get to, the song. song was very nice. It was very adorable. The not too Twilight thing, I thought that was funny, and the not too furry thing. I should just stop with that. I wonder what Jonas first saw in it. Don't no. I'll stop. But no, that when I heard that, I was like, oh god, no. Yeah. Oh, in the song, I did notice one thing. It was kind of interesting. When they used the puzzle pieces type thing, I think they actually used the shot that they had for the season 5 finale with not Sunset Shimmer, a Starlight Glimmer. That may have been season 5 finale. It may have been, I don't know, it may have been season 6, I can't really remember, but it was one of the final shots that they had for the episode, but, you know, that was kind of interesting. Let's just get to My Fair Lady. Okay, let's just get this out there. I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of films. I don't care what type they are. They can be girly. They could even be musicals for all I care. I enjoy any type of film if it's a good film. If it actually resonates with me to a certain degree. And you know, My Fair Lady. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, it's from 1960s. It's a musical. It doesn't appeal to everybody, but it's a good movie. It's a very, very good movie. Not objectively, but subjectively. There are 2 scenes that basically emulate that movie entirely. One is the Eliza Doolittle has marbles in her mouth, and in MLP, it's Yona has Brussels sprouts in her mouth. That's comparison number 1. That entire scene was almost very, very similar to My Fair Lady, because My Fair Lady, she says the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain, and I can't remember what she said in this, but that I know what you did. It's blatantly obvious you were referencing that. The second reference was when all the main 6 were sort of sleeping huddled together, and I think the animators did that on purpose, because there is an adorable gif out there with the main 6 all they're herded like kittens, and they're lying in there. It's adorable as hell. But yeah, in that scene, Yona starts to get what they had, all the stuff that she had learned from Rarity. She's now emulating it, and when they wake up, they notice this. That's also a scene from My Fair Lady, basically. And I think Rex Harrison says, "By Job, she's got it." That, or either that, or it's Colonel Pickering. I'm sorry, I know this movie way too much. I know I'm revealing my power level just a little bit, but yes, I love that freaking movie. Okay, it's a great movie. And Colonel Pickering says something like, "By Job, she's got it." And yeah, that's basically the same damn scene. So there are 2 scenes in this episode that are basically mirrors from My Fair Lady. I will go over what? Oh yeah, Pinky. Pinky's an amazing baker. That is overpowered what they did, and they had that one scene where it's she was covered in flour, but what's really easy to do if you're an animator is, instead of coloring her pink, just color her white. Isn't there some weird... I have seen some weird image before where Pinky has been colored in white as some kind of I don't know. Maybe it was a meme. It was something very old, but I remember that being a weird thing from Derpy Boru. I don't really remember, but I remember people have colored her pink for some reason. They colored her white for some reason. I have no idea why. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But she's an OP baker. I mean, the speed at which she creates cupcakes is literally phenomenal. Let's just be perfectly honest with ourselves. The dance. Spike. Why did you go with the Dead Mouse thing? Because that's clearly what it is. It's clearly a Dead Mouse ripoff, okay? You're ripping off Dead Mouse. And I like Dead Mouse. I like at least 2 of his songs, because I'm big into techno and hardcore and that type of stuff. I love techno music and basically chiptune and all that stuff. I'm a very weird individual when it comes to my musical choices. But yes, it was definitely a Dead Mouse thing going on there. And yeah, Vinyl Scratch would have been nice. But you know what? I as a ref, as a nice little ref there, I liked the Dead Mouse thing, okay? All I know is that, they had the scene where, she does Yak Smash, basically, and, goes and, Sandbar confronts. And it was a nice, very nice little sweet scene there about, be yourself, that type of thing. But, when they go back and Yona is like, I'm going to teach you the yak way of dancing. It's like the seismic activity in that building is staggering. I mean, I hope the structural integrity of that gymnasium building thing, it's hard to know exactly where the hell they are. But yeah, I hope that the structural integrity of that building is sound enough. I'm just imagining, like, things getting ruined, and then, like, the spirit of harmony, which is, Twilight, Sparkle, whatever, just, like, showing up and just, like, being construction worker. I gotta fix this damn frickin' tree. I just made it sprout up off the damn ground, and now I gotta fix it again because Yona's wrecking the place. That would be hilarious as a scene, but they'll never do that. But I'm just picturing Harmony just going over there like, yeah, I gotta repair this part of the damn building again. You broke the frickin' door hinge. Damn it, I gotta fix that again. Yeah, that would be a kind of fun joke for somebody to actually draw or something. I don't know. But the medal, I believe that during the Yak Smash incident, some chocolate fondue thing fell on the medal itself, and I think they actually used that chocolate when it hardened to make it into a yak on the actual metal, not metal, but you know what the hell I mean. That was kind of funny, if that was actually chocolate. I'm gonna have to go back and check again, but that was a very creative way to actually do that from, like, a storyboard and animating perspective. I don't know if that was, like, intentional, but it was a good idea. This episode was good. I liked it a lot. It was very adorable. I don't know what else to say. Like, positivity, wow. I'm flubbing really bad today. As you can tell, I've had way too much caffeine. Positivity... Body positivity is actually a very important thing. I mean, we all have, everybody, has to, dress for the shape that they have. It's fine. I'm slightly rotund, although I'm, like, far less rotund than I used to be. I'm far less corpulent. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm far less rotund. Far less rotund than I used to be, but, it's, people have these types of issues. One thing I will say, though, Ocellus doing that little bit of a transformation, it was kind of interesting. Ocellus did that little bit of a transformation, and her character looked just a little weird. Is that what she would have looked like if she actually was a pony? Is that, like, the idea that they're trying to convey with Ocellus, that she's, like, this nerdy type, but I don't know. All I know is that was funny. And we did have one shot in the music, the song where Yona was actually a pony for like 5 seconds. That was kind of interesting. I was like, is she gonna, like, transform herself into a pony in order to fit or something through, like, some sort of weird sorcery that Twilight would do? I have no idea. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. Great episode. Look forward to seeing you next week. Hopefully this will actually get out in due time. However, I cannot... I don't know what the Hasbro individuals will, do with this one. We'll see. Especially since there was a song, I didn't really talk much during the song, and who knows what they're going to do. Please, just monetize it. Let me shove it out there. I love this episode. Come on, guys. Just throw me a freaking bone here. Let me publish this. Anyway, talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, later, and see ya.